All right, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome back. It is From the Pocket coming at you on a Monday morning. Well, we're technically recording this on Sunday, watching the Sunday night game as we speak. But, Christian, week one is basically in the books. We still got a Monday night game. But what a week one. What a crazy week one.
I
Yeah, I know
yeah.
you're probably not that happy.
Uh no, I mean, and it started from Jump Street. As soon as I saw the Jalen Carter news, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a hilarious season. This is gonna
For
be a
sure.
hilarious season. And
For
it
sure.
was. We had some good moments.
Yeah. It immediately from the jump. I agree with you. The spitting gate has been something everybody's talking about. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But wow, what a Sunday we had. I think all but two games were one possession games this week.
Oh,
Obviously,
what was one of those?
one of those was one that I don't know how much you want to talk about, Mister Miami Dolphins. How we're gonna do this, everybody? We're gonna pick probably about 7 or 8 games and spend a pretty extended amount of time on it. Not super extended, but just talking about them, and then we'll probably rapid fire off the rest of them. So, Christian. All right, so we are recording this a little bit out of order. We already did our podcast recap episode of Week One, but this Sunday night game was so insane. we, we
Game of the
decided
year already.
already we decided to come back and record just kind of a quick segment on it. We didn't really want to wait till Thursday to talk about this, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably put this at the beginning of the podcast, so you're gonna probably hear some references to like us watching this game throughout it, and you're gonna hear me say some insane comments about the Steelers Jets being the best game of the week, which obviously is no longer the case.
You're right.
Bills, I don't even know they win 41-40. They were down 15 points in the fourth quarter. I said it was GG's. I texted you. I was
Yeah,
like, GG's.
you did.
Josh Allen took a sack on 3rd and 11.
Yeah, it was 40,
They
45. You're like, yeah.
It was over. I mean, they were punting it away with 9 minutes left or something. It was over. And then the Ravens punted, and they brought it back. They came back. I just. Christian, what was your like immediate reaction to this? I really don't even know like what to say.
What year was it? Was it like 2, 3 years ago when Baltimore had this problem where they would put up big leads on teams and then just
That's true.
give it up?
Yeah.
This is for some reason in their DNA and I don't know why. Like, John Harbaugh is such a great coach, and his team's like, this has just been a trend we've been seeing lately. So like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. But like, it was just also like you said, like, they were down 50 points. We were just sitting here and be like, yeah, and it's the Ravens just dominating because they have an MVP quarterback. Their defense is amazing. That D Hop looks like he was a great addition for this offense. That contested one-handed catch he had, because I thought Lamar overthrew him, but I forgot they signed D Hop, and D Hop just grabbed
I
it.
still got it in me.
And Derrick Henry was just had 100, almost had 200 yards
169 yards is what he finished the
and
day
two
with.
touchdowns, and we're like, yeah, the Ravens dominating, and then they punt, uh, Bills go score, and then the next drive, Derrick Henry has a costly fumble, and
That was crazy.
that yeah, and Josh Allen MVP, you know, awesome dude,
Yeah.
does what he does, and at home, and he gets the touchdown. Keon Coleman,
Keon
I,
Coleman,
I was
8 catches, 112 yards, had a touchdown. Like,
um
phenomenal.
first things first, the overtime. I think it was Danny Parkins and uh, Greg Jennings, and I think one more. They interviewed Deion Dawkins, and he was like, and he said in that interview, because they asked him about Keon Coleman, and he said expect him to have a good year. And the fact that we saw this first game of the season, insane catches, that catch he had to jump up like 5 feet, like, it was insane. The touchdown, 23, Alexander, turn in your jersey.
No, Jair just got there.
That was Jair.
That was Jair Alexander.
Jair, turn in your jersey for me, sir. You are no longer a Baltimore Raven. That was bad.
Yeah, he should have on. What kind of world do you live? Like, what kind of scenario are you in when it's like you should just let him score? You should just let him score. I mean, I don't want to move off of Keon Coleman yet because, Keon Coleman demonstrated he was catching passes early. He was great. He was catching, highlight touchdowns. Great. He was catching passes late. Obviously he had the sideline catch and then he had the catch you're just now talking about where he gets tripped up going into the end zone. Josh Allen, 46 passes, 394 yards. I will say, it's a game of inches, right? Chidobe Awuzie had an interception. And it just bobbled the ground a little too much. And now all of a sudden it's 2nd and 10 instead of 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, it sucks. It sucks that he lost this because he had an incredible day. Like, he was phenomenal.
Should be talking about Lamar, but
they had what was the stat they showed at one point? They had 10 plays of 10 or more yards and 8 plays of 20 or more yards. They were running away with this. Like, they were dominating. Derrick Henry was not being stopped. You listen to this, like, it was 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. Baltimore put up 17 points in the second quarter and then 14 points in the third quarter. When they got up that 40, like when Derrick Henry busted it and they were at 40, like, it was like, okay, Baltimore is just going to be incredible. I'm texting you. We both have them as our 1 seed this year. I'm like, boy, glad we picked them as our 1 seed. And then 22-6 was the score in the fourth quarter. They were outscored 22-6. Instant classic. Glad we got to see this. This was
week 1, first Sunday night game of the year.
And really, I was trying to game plan, how are we going to talk about this? I was like, probably won't talk about the Sunday night game. I'd love to. It's a huge game. I was like, but unless it's some instant classic or something, probably not. And then I'm watching it. I'm like,
we got absolute cinema.
We have to talk about this. So, I'm going to have a lot more. I'm trying to just process this. I really just wanted to get a quick hit in on this before, we headed off and posted this. But, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I'm watching this game, and it's so you're watching. It's that feeling where you're watching history, not specifically because of this game, but just because it's we're gonna look back 20 years from now and think about Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen versus Mahomes. It's gonna be. This is going to be Brady Manning, Brady Roethlisberger, Manning River, where it's just just absolute cinema. Phenomenal game. Congrats to the Bills.
It's crazy. I picked the Bills to win this game, but how this game was going, I didn't think they were going to win. I was like, man, I should have picked the Ravens, and then I'm like, oh my God, they're just coming back.
All the pro bettors, Baltimore plus 1.5 was the move, or minus 1.5 was the move. I think Baltimore was favored by 1.5.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, man, Baltimore, great smart bet for anybody who bet. No, they didn't cover. They lost. Oh man. All right. Well, anyway, I don't know. I don't really have too much else to say off the immediate. Zay Flowers, big game as well. 9 targets, 7 catches, 143 yards. You talked about the D-Hop catch. Mark Andrews, really a non-factor, but hey, if Zay Flowers and D-Hop are the ones that are going to make this go, and you got Derrick Henry right there.
Likely coming back.
And you can run with Lamar still. This is still a loaded offense, but defensively, I really thought, to be totally honest, I guess I'll talk about this. Should they have gone for it on that 4th and 2 instead of punted it away?
Were they almost at midfield?
Yeah, they were around that. They were it wasn't quite no man's land, but it was right around there.
That's a tough call because if you don't get it,
you lose, but you're gonna probably lose anyway. This dude has just put up. Josh Allen, you're not stopping Josh Allen.
Yeah, he was going up and down on your defense.
You're
and
not.
They had
stopping.
all the momentum.
When they punted it away, there was not a doubt in my mind the Bills were about to go down the field. Like,
Yeah.
not a doubt in my mind. And to be totally honest, I would be shocked if John Harbaugh didn't think the same thing when he made that decision. Like, you're punting. You know what's about to happen. We have seen this movie. We've seen this dance. You have an all-time great quarterback on the other side. We know how this ends. I would have fake punted it. I would have faked the punt. That's what I wanted to see.
But then you're getting he's getting criticized now. He would have gotten probably criticized if it doesn't work. But I guess if it does,
see, this goes back to oh my gosh, it's driving me insane that I can't. I think it was 09. I think it was 09. It's a super famous play where the Patriots and the Colts, Manning and Brady, they're locked in, yet another all-time classic, and Bill Belichick makes the decision deep in his own territory to go for it on 4th and short, because it's at the end of the game, and if he misses this, he's gonna lose, because Peyton Manning's gonna pick the ball and go get it, but he knows if he punts it away, Peyton Manning about to just go down on my defense. Like, that's what's about to happen. He's figured out my defense. We're late in the game. He knows what I'm trying to do. Like, there's no stopping him. So he goes for it, and he doesn't get it. And it sets up, and everybody criticizes Bill Belichick. I think in hindsight, everybody looks at that and goes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I feel like that's a similar situation here. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to give Josh Allen the ball back? I'm trying to keep the ball away from that man. Yeah. And if I lose because I give him the ball at the 40, instead of me losing because I gave him the ball at the 20, like, I don't care. I'm going to lose either way. Like, I'm keeping the ball out of his hands. I'm putting it in Lamar Jackson's hands. I'm putting it in Derrick Henry's hands. So that's what I would have done. But, Monday morning quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else on this game?
No, not really. That was just, like we've been saying, classic and cinema. Like, that's just what it was, and what a game to cap off of, like, just beautiful. Well, not so beautiful, but a great Sunday for most, just for the NFL. Like, and then we got one more tomorrow, which I think should be good. I'm not gonna follow up this, but
that's how many more games are we gonna get this year that's better than this one? Like, are we gonna get another one as good as this one?
We're getting Chiefs-Eagles next week. Like, that's like the big one. It's not gonna be this. I don't think it's gonna be this. We're not getting 80 points in this game.
And we talk all the time about all-time, like, season opener games, season opener matchups, and there's a lot of classic games in, like, season openers.
I think this Thursday one, the Commanders-Packers, I think that'll be fun. I think that's going to be a fun one.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. We're going to, I guess, back to our regularly scheduled podcast. We'll talk about all the other games. But, yeah, all right. We'll kind of take turns picking games to talk about here. I do want to talk about the Thursday game, and I do want to talk about the Friday game. But since those have already kind of happened, I do want to start with another game, probably to me, the craziest game of the week, the most unexpected game of the week. The Lions and the Packers. That game to me was shocking.
Yeah.
Not even because, like, I know people are like, oh, you're shocked that the Packers are good. I was shocked that the Packers were as good as they were, but I was also shocked at how much they just totally bullied the Lions.
Dude, it was insane. I was like, they played great, and they were in the and one of the buts was Jordan Love. From now, this is how Jordan Love needs to play. Under 30 attempts a game. I know they didn't run the ball very particularly well. 25 carries, 78 yards, just a little over 3 yards per carry. But Josh Jacobs did get a rushing touchdown. But if they can be consistent like this, Jordan Love 16 for 22, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, no sacks, 92.1 QBR, and we saw flashes from their receiving core. If they can play like this, and get Micah Parsons in there rotating for getting in there for the pass rush, this is a top contender in the NFC, and this is where it starts, because they were terrible in division last year.
No, that's a great point too. I mean, the fact that they were able to come in and do this against the division opponent, really, right? With the Detroit Lions, like
Past 3 years, 2 years.
The past 2 years have been rough. Really, you could go back to 3 seasons ago because that was the last game of the season, if you remember, when the Lions took them out of the playoffs, despite having nothing to play for. But I mean, if this is the Green Bay Packers team we're gonna get. I mean, holy hell! Like this could be the best team in the NFL. It really could. I know. Again, the Colts did what they did, but to me,
that was
this team.
Let's see the Colts play a real team.
Yeah, like this team to me, the Packers looked like the best team in the NFL on Sunday. I mean, they looked spectacular. Now, look, I was very skeptical of the Packers. I'm still a little skeptical. Derrick Henry just casually just trotting down the field for a 50-yard gain right now. But
you do that.
Like, I don't want to fully take the Lions off the hook here because, and again, this gets into the whole like what are we seeing? Is this really the Packers being this good, or are the Lions just having some growing pains? The Lions' offense was terrible. They
This is not a Lions offense that we have grown accustomed to. Almost 40 passing attempts week 1 of the season.
Exactly.
Could not get the running game going whatsoever. Like
didn't even try. Like really didn't even try to get the running game going. Like they were not committing to it. The only time they were really moving down the field was when the Packers would get penalties. Shooting themselves in the foot. They were not trying to establish the run. There was not really a lot of creative scheme. There wasn't a lot of creative passing scheme. And you're looking up and I think on top of it, like, I know they got 4 sacks on Jared Goff. A lot of those sacks came when Micah Parsons was not even on the field. I mean, Micah Parsons.
Even better.
Yeah, Micah Parsons was making a big difference. Every time he was on the field, it felt like he was just bullying Penei Sewell, which is very hard to do.
Damn, I didn't know that because Skip Bayless was just rose. Like, they didn't win that game because of Micah. It's like, all right, dude. Like, chill out.
I mean, they like, he was on a pitch count. He was not, but when he was in, he was super effective. And he
got a sack.
Yeah, he got a sack, chased down Jared Goff. And I honestly was shocked at just how bad the Lions' offensive line was. I mean, they were just so much pressure on Jared Goff. They weren't running the ball. As much as the Packers did surprise me with how well they played, I was absolutely stunned at how bad the Lions looked.
We haven't seen the Lions not be like that dominant force. We're gonna punch you in the mouth. It's been a minute since we've seen that, and yeah, it's jarring to see this.
It really was, and look, I want to give the Packers credit. Their offense looked great. Jordan Love had a really good game. He did still, he do be Jordan Lovin' though. He do be Jordan Lovin'. He had some stellar moments. Down. The first 2 drives of this game were MVP caliber drives. I mean, they were 10 out of 10, flawless.
Touchdown, field goal. I mean, every time they touched the ball in their first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, they scored on 3 of their 4 possessions in the first half.
Yeah, and when I say his first 2 drives that resulted in touchdowns were fantastic. I mean, he was dotting them up. He was great in time, in rhythm. But he did have some moments. He missed some wide open guys, as he does. He had throws to covered receivers. There was an interception. Brian Branch got a pick 6 that he was totally bailed out of. Like, he got bailed out of because another corner somewhere else got a holding penalty. Not near where the interception happened, and Aiden Hutchinson, being stupid, just went and decked Jordan Love when the interception return was happening. So, but I mean, like that shouldn't have had, like, that wasn't Jordan Love, just terrible decision.
Damn.
Resulted in a pick 6 that he got bailed out of. So, like, I don't want to totally take everything away. Like, it was a good performance, but
context matters. Like, hey, he almost threw the game away.
He is still, and that would have been a very pivotal interception because that was when they were up by 2 possessions in the second half. If the Lions can get that, they make it a 1-possession game, and all of a sudden the momentum's on their side. But if what's the saying? If ifs were, I don't remember what it is, but you know what I mean. I mean, like, you could play the if game all you want.
Yeah,
this was what it was. They did win the game. They looked very good. Their pass rush was awesome, and they didn't run the ball super consistently, but they started really, really running the ball pretty well in the second half. It felt, at least, I don't know what the data says, but at least to me watching it, it looked like they did. So
probably, I mean, they had the lead for like the majority of this game. So
yeah, well, because they were bottling up Josh Jacobs early, but then it got to the second half and they're up by 2 possessions, and then they'd hand it to Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs would get like 5-6 yards without getting touched, and that was really when I was like, oh, this thing is over. Yeah. This thing's over. So, congrats to the Packers. To me, again, not surprised necessarily that the Packers were good, but to dominate the Detroit Lions the way they did, I did not expect that. So, yeah, that's probably my big takeaway.
Steelers Jets.
Oh, what a game!
That was a game. Yeah. For the Jets side, I know they lost, but 32 points, hey, that's nothing to snuff about. They were really, really good, especially in that first half. Scored on all of their drives in the second half. They went into halftime up 19-17. It looked really good. But just, Aaron Rodgers made those plays late in the game. And, and just kind of rough there, but I think that's what we were saying coming into the season. I think this Jets team is going to be feisty. They're going to be
fair.
They're going to probably be in a lot of these games. Will they get them done? Most of the time, probably not. But I mean, I like what the Jets showed, and Aaron Rodgers. We got a vintage Aaron Rodgers game: 22 for 30, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was sacked 4 times though. And they did not run the ball well, so he did it mostly with his arm. But the Steelers, they get a play, they get a weird special teams play where the Jets fumble on a kickoff and they recover it, and
that really flipped the game.
that's just what happens for the Steelers.
It was a 9-point game, and the Steelers went and scored a touchdown, and like they were chasing the Jets the whole game. I mean, it was really like every time the Steelers would, they fell down early, and every time they would answer, the Jets would answer again, and they would keep the gap, and the Steelers just couldn't seem to get close. That turnover really flipped it, because now the Steelers have the ball only down 2, and then it became just a trade-off of almost like, well, who's going to have the ball last here? No, I mean, I think it to me, I had the Jets +3 for one of my best bets, and it hit for the record.
No, that was a good bet.
For the record, I just want to say this: if you saw my short based off my 3 best bets, I went 3-0 in those. So just saying, not saying you should be betting with me, but I digress. The Jets did cover, but like Aaron Rodgers, what was even more impressive, based off what they didn't run the ball well, he's throwing it to DK Metcalf, really, and whoever, Jonnu Smith is there, Pat Freiermuth is there, like he's got tight ends, but his offensive line was exactly what we thought it was going to be. Like he was under duress for a ton of this game. He was sacked a bunch. And despite that,
he's not very mobile.
And he's not mobile. And despite that, despite not having a great offensive line, despite not having a reliable run game, despite not having a ton of reliable weapons to throw to, he goes and throws for 4 touchdowns against a really good Jets defense on the road. It's really hard to overstate how good of a performance this really was from him. And, again, on the Jets, shocking how good Justin Fields was and how good Breece Hall was. I mean, this offense, they were running the ball so well against obviously what we think is one of the best front sevens in the NFL in the Steelers. So I think that was the biggest surprise to me, right, is you have 2 just elite defenses and they couldn't stop anybody. It was very weird. But
especially because we thought these kind of offenses were going to be not like terrible offenses, but not like top of the league. And both of these teams scored in the 30s.
Yeah, it was going to be. We thought these offenses were going to be what held these teams back.
Yeah,
and that was not the case at all today. I don't know how that'll play out for the rest of the year, but if you're a Jets fan, I feel like you can be super excited from what you saw. And if you're a Steelers fan, hey, you're feeling like, what? Maybe we can actually win some shootouts this year. We don't have to go win all of our games 19-16 anymore. So
I mean, you'd like to keep your opponent under 30, but
but like
that's a work in progress.
you feel like you will if you're the Steelers. Like, you have a very, very, very good defense. So, yeah, congrats to the Steelers. And I'm right there with you. This feels like exactly what we thought we were going to get from the Jets. They're going to be feisty. They're going to take it down to the wire, and they're probably going to lose at the end. Just because
they'll get some, but
they'll get some, but yeah, like I think. Jets fans, they'll probably be annoyed with this halfway through the season, but just remember where you're coming from, better than last year. Let's go ahead and rewind the clock a little bit. Let's go back to Thursday because we have not talked about the season opener yet.
Okay, yes.
I want to ask you a question, Christian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think we overrated Philly or underrated Dallas?
I mean, obviously, I say we underrated Dallas and overrated Philly.
Okay.
For this Dallas team, I mean, just 2-3 years ago when Dallas was going 12-5 with Mike McCarthy, Dak did get some MVP votes. This was like one of the highest flying offenses in the league, and yeah, we got that. Like, Dak is still MVP, at least MVP. Like, can be in the conversation at points during the season, and and then we overrated Philly with how good that defense. They lost a lot of defensive talent there.
Yeah.
But I want to give the credit to Dallas though. They set out what they were what their game plan was for the game. I think defensively and stopping Saquon. He had 18 carries, 60 yards, 3.3 yards per carry, and had a touchdown. I think they balled him up well. What was just killing him was just Jalen Hurts and his legs, and Jalen Hurts just picking up. Pivotal, rushing for 2 touchdowns, and then that pivotal 3rd and 3 late in the game that iced it with just a 4-yard pickup was just phenomenal. I really liked what Schottenheimer. I liked his offensive scheme. It was a lot balanced. I know they had to. The stats show that they passed it more than they throw it, but they were behind. But I think at one point they were. I remember hearing them saying they were like 16 pass attempts to like 17 rush attempts. So I like that dynamic. I like Williams and Sanders together. I like that tandem. I know that was a big issue coming in. It was like, what is this run game? And I'm like, well, it seems like they're going to get back to that, kind of more balanced offense. CD had his drops. He had some bad drops. Cannot argue that. That last one, look, that one. Man, Dak, I don't know what Dak's obsession was with the seam during that game, but he was throwing them balls to the seam. He threw that one hospital ball to Ferguson. That was, I don't know what the defense. I don't know what the defender's supposed to do in that situation.
100% agree.
He tried to hold back, but that's just a tough call there. But that one where he hit CD in the seam. CD, you got to catch that, bro. Like, you do catch that. Like, you do catch that. But and then that diving one, it hit his hands. That's a tough catch, but it does hit your hand, so that's tough. And okay, last thing I'll say on Dallas's part, you better watch out for George Pickens' shake. Grab the quarterback's leg after, like, it's like, bro, like, he is. I saw a tweet that was like, George Pickens almost listened to that little demon on his shoulder there. And then he got an unnecessary roughness late in the 3rd, 15-yard penalty. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I was not a huge that's why I was very like, I don't feel like George Pickens is going to change life for us. Like, I just, I'm hoping, I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but like, he really didn't do much in this game. And, the times that he was getting his face on camera were not very positive. I will say, to answer the question, I think we underrated Dallas overall. I don't think we overrated Philly necessarily, but I do think we overrated them for this game.
Yeah.
Again, 2 new coordinators is tough. That second cornerback situation, I was kind of like, okay, I think it's going to be over, but no, it's not. That is a problem for them.
Mitchell?
Quinyon Mitchell's fine. It's what are they doing on the other side of Quinyon? Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell, when he's not doing well, nobody in the secondary is doing well, but like, Adoree Jackson is clearly not the answer there. And obviously the backbreaker, right, was Jalen Carter getting thrown out of the game, which I do think makes it easier for the Cowboys to run the ball. Now, Jalen Carter, they still got Jordan Phillips there. They still got some good guys on the defensive line, but I understand it's going to help you a lot when Jalen Carter is out. And also, I mean, the Cowboys got a lot of breaks, like Jalen Carter being out.
Philly.
The weather break could not have come at a better time. It was not Javonte. Miles Sanders fumbles the ball.
Yeah.
Philly picks it up, and then we get a weather delay. And we go into the locker room for an hour, however long it was. We come out, and now Philly's like, okay, Philly had the lead. Philly just got all the momentum on its side. It has, this defense has yet to really be able to stop Philadelphia from moving the ball consistently. And instead of all of that happening, we got an hour break where Dallas could regroup. Philly lost the momentum, and then Philly comes out and they can't move the ball. So, I think I know everybody wants to talk about CeeDee Lamb dropping the balls and stuff, and that sucks. And if they do catch that, they probably win. But Dallas had a lot of breaks going its way and
Philly
still did not execute.
7 penalties for 93 yards. They finished the game with 9 for 110. So Philly was trying to give Dallas the game almost, especially in that first half.
And I'm also glad you brought that up because when is the last time we came out of a game saying, are the Cowboys the more disciplined team on the field right now? That's the whole thing with Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys is just penalties. The Cowboys were very, very clean, all things considered. They, again, some personal foul penalties. They were chippy. Everybody's chippy, but
first game of the season against a division opponent.
Pre-snap penalties were not an issue. Holding penalties were not an issue. And you have a young offensive line. And, they were not making those mental mistakes. I think that is a testament to Brian Schottenheimer.
Oh, no, I think and I like Matt Eberflus. I like that. I like this. It's only one game, but I like what they showed me on Thursday.
I agree. And the other thing, I think, everybody wants to say the Cowboys secondary is not good. And this, first off, our defensive line's tiny. It's our defensive line hung in there with the Eagles all game long. We weren't getting a ton of pressure. We were having to simulate pressure at one point with our corners, which is never ideal. But Devontae Smith had 3 catches. AJ Brown had 1 catch at the end of the game.
At the end of the game, that's going to be a problem. That we might see a trade.
Oh man, that'd be crazy.
He talked about it last year after winning the Super Bowl. He was like, "That's not what I thought it was gonna be."
Man,
and
guy.
He has the issue. It's not whatever with the book, him reading on the sideline or whatever.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a distraction. So if it's another game or this trend kind of continues where they're not getting him the ball, might want to.
Yeah, well, especially if he becomes a problem in the locker room. But they weathered it last year. They won the Super Bowl with this guy coming out here being "Oh, our passing game's the worst," and all these reports about Brandon Graham coming out going they just don't like each other no more.
They used to be friends.
But I don't want to hear anybody say the Cowboys secondary is not good because that made Kyer Elam needs to go. Kyer Elam needs to go, but he's the weak spot. I had literally just gotten done telling Cassandra, everybody said our secondary was bad. I'm so annoyed at that because our secondary is good, and then Kyer Elam gives, a giant pass up down the field. But, Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs, there's a reason you ain't hear shit out of Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Is because they were holding those receivers down on the outside. Malik Hooker and Wilson in the backfield were doing well. We actually have real linebackers now, so I think that really contributed to us being able to stop the run a little more consistently. I was told our secondary, after being a top 5 unit the year before, was now all of a sudden one of the worst in the league. And I'm just guys, what are y'all talking about? And you saw it on display. Our secondary is still solid. So,
I was Matt Eberflus. He couldn't get a grip on Jalen, but he shut everybody else down. And so I want to give him credit.
The Cowboys are playing the Giants next week, and all of a sudden, I feel a lot better about that game. Well, we'll talk about them in a little bit, but I feel a lot better about that game than I did probably at the beginning of the year. So yeah, I thought this was a great showing for the Cowboys. I feel much better as a Cowboys fan. I know the Eagles. Again, it was a lot of benefits going their way, and obviously the Eagles just were not at their best, but it was a tough environment, and the Cowboys, they had their own. Everybody went, well, the Eagles were dealing with 2 coordinators. It's guys, we had a whole new head coach. We just had a month long of drama, and Micah Parsons is out of the building now, so we're having to I mean, we were dealing with just as much craziness as the Eagles were. So, like, we were. I was very proud of how the Cowboys showed out, and I'm much more optimistic about where this season might go. I still don't
Yeah.
think we're going anywhere special, but like, it's not going to be a train wreck. So I'm happy about that. Okay.
Well, since we knocked out that one, knock out the Friday one.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Chiefs, Chargers. Justin Herbert.
Oh
From
my
now
God,
on,
dude.
that's how you shoot. That is how you shoot.
I saw a thing because he's dating Madison Beer, right?
Yeah.
Somebody was like, Justin Herbert loses his virginity, and all of a sudden he's got this just unbeatable aura about him. Like,
I mean, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, even had 32 rushing yards on the ground. They haven't beaten the Chiefs since my birthday, September 26th, back in 2021, and which snapped a 7-game losing streak versus the Chiefs. Yeah, no, it was awesome. Keenan Allen, it was nice to hear his name again,
Mr.
and he
Third
had a
Down.
he had a great game. 10 targets, 7 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. And like as I was driving and listened to the game, he had some good pickups, like on third downs and stuff like that. So, no, it was awesome for the Chargers, and for the Chiefs side, it was kind of rough for the Chiefs. Weren't great on third down. Took them a while to get really into this game. They were 5 for 14 on third down, and I think they do miss Rasheed Rice. They lost Xavier Worthy in the game, running into Travis Kelsey. But yeah, um, I'm not concerned about the Chiefs. It is what it is. But no, it was a good win by the Chargers, and I mean the Chiefs now they're in a must win versus the Eagles next week.
it kind of is, honestly. Like, you can't be falling down 0-2. I mean, again, it's the same thing with the Ravens last year, where like you're gonna be fine, but if you fall down 0-2 to start the season, you're out of the running for the first seed. I mean, unless you're planning on just having a perfect season the rest of the way, you are out of the first seed running. Now, that said, the Eagles, they don't look like they're going to be this dominating force that we thought they might be. The Chiefs aren't either, but like the Eagles and the Chiefs. Like the Eagles last year, they were just bullying the
True.
Chiefs offensive line up front. I don't think they're going to be able to do that as well. But I did want to talk about, Justin Herbert again, as you said, like, this was his best game he's ever played. And I know he has had, statistically speaking, don't come at me. I know, but, well, I'm not talking about just statistically, you fiends, okay? Football is more than just stats, okay?
Exactly.
Justin Herbert has not been good in the fourth quarter. Like, he has not been. The data does not lie. He ranks very low in yards per attempt, in success rate, in record, like in all these different categories. This felt like, to me, I was just waiting for the Chargers to do what they do. Like, okay, yeah, they're gonna find the Chiefs are gonna do something. They're gonna stop. They're gonna score. Patrick Mahomes is gonna do something insane, and he was doing something insane, right? He had that third down throw. He had that fourth down play where Kingsley Suamataia Kingsley Suamataia needs to go. Like, he needs to go. He literally almost cost them the game single-handedly because Khalil Mack just came in and blew him up on a fourth down play, sends Patrick Mahomes running away to the outside, and Patrick Mahomes just goes boop and completes it downfield to Hollywood Brown randomly. And it's like, okay, that's the only reason we're still in this game is because Patrick Mahomes is amazing. But I mean, you got the Kelsey magic, you got the Mahomes magic, and the Chargers never blinked. They never blinked. And you had Justin Herbert with the clutch, just taking it himself and running it. Chris Jones makes the error because he's supposed to do outside containment, and he decides to come in, and Justin Herbert goes, okay, I'll just take it down the alleyway. How about that?
He's athletic. Yeah, he can do it with his legs.
So the Chiefs on their end, like, okay, offensively they started out horribly, but some of that is explainable, right? Like, when you game plan, when your entire game plan is going to be like, we're going to get Xavier Worthy going, we're going to give him the ball all the time, and he gets hurt on the third play or whatever, like, yeah, you're going to have to figure out some stuff on the fly. I will say, though, like, a lot of penalties still for the Chiefs. Like, some of this was not just like, oh, our game plan got messed up. It's like, why were y'all committing so many penalties? Why were y'all having so many mental errors?
Yeah,
like, even within what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, like, He turned it on and was fantastic in the second half. But even in the first half, he looked out of sorts. I think he was a little frustrated and flustered. The offensive line, again, Kingsley Sumate was terrible. Josh Simmons had a nice first half, but he really struggled the further on the game went. Jawan Taylor doing what Jawan Taylor does.
Skin those.
And
ball starts or whatever they call them.
Yeah, and Patrick Mahomes just putting the team on his back and making it work and making it a game. But above all else, the biggest concern I have about the Chiefs is their defense. Their defense was horrific in this game. They were okay at stopping the run. Their linebackers are good, but
it's crazy because it's like we coming into this season, like they're gonna take the ball out of Herbert's hand, they're gonna run it, and they did not get a good running game going.
No, they did. Herbert. Well, and I think that's fun. Like, that's a quick side note. Like, we all talk about how the Chargers are this run-first team, and it's like they weren't a run-first team last year, and they definitely weren't one on Friday. So, like, where is this run-first team? It looks like Justin Herbert's going to be the leader of their offense. But, like, Chris Jones was quiet, and we talked about this offseason. Like, outside of Chris Jones, they really don't got a lot on that line. Like, Karlaftis had a really solid game. Karlaftis was blowing up stuff, but, like, if Chris Jones ain't getting it done, there's not a lot else on this defensive line to write home about. Their secondary looks like it's short a guy. I'm really starting to wonder if the Chiefs defensively actually do have the personnel to like keep up with being what their reputation has been. Mm-hmm. And I also worry about this offense, especially now that it's down Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. Like, okay, so if your defense is taking a step back and your offense still looks like it's a work in progress, like, where is the strength of this team going to be? Like,
quarterback.
I mean, yeah, and if maybe Patrick Mahomes is just that good and he's going to continue to be that good and they're going to win, but I'm not going to lie, I am a little concerned about the Chiefs. Like, they did not inspire me a lot, and
this week 2 matchup versus the Eagles is going to be very telling.
I agree.
I think it's week 1. I'll give them a pass. It's week 1. You gotta
neutral site.
Neutral, yeah. It's a weird. It's a divisional game. Also there, I didn't hear any complaints about the field, but I bet the field probably wasn't the best quality, I guess. But yeah. I'm gonna save my thoughts until I see what they do. If they get mollywopped again by the Eagles, then we have a problem, and I will be sitting on that side of you right now. But I'm just gonna let this week 1. I'm just gonna let it go for right now, and it's gonna be like, hey, it was just a weird week 1 matchup, divisional game, international, and they probably weren't so ready for the Chargers being so clutch late in the game.
They were like, "What is this? I've never seen this.
We're not used to this. Before." Like, what?
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, you want to talk about? Let's talk about the Commanders-Giants really quick. I know that's a tough one for you.
That is a tough one, man. I've been hyping up. It's the total opposite of I've been hyping up the Giants all week to people that will talk football to me. And I've just been shitting on the Commanders, and I got I got it flipped on me immediately. Week 1, Russell Wilson, not being able to generate offense, and I got Jaden Daniels just going up and down the field on him. So it was not fun.
And what's crazy is this game, like when you watched it. Like, this game was not even as close as the score looked. Or, like, even the box score looks, because the Commanders had 12 penalties. And that was really the only reason that the Giants were able to hang around. And then, Jaden Daniels looked phenomenal, but he did, same thing here. This mistake. Yeah, he had a grounding penalty in at the end of the half, and it just took points off the board. So, like, he had some of his Jaden-esque throws where he was throwing dots with people in his face. Like, he was awesome, but, like, he definitely had some moments there too. And, the Giants offense, man, I am scared. Like, because maybe you say, look, the Commanders defense was really, really good. The Commanders defense could be really good this year, and I hope that's the case. Like, if this was just an average offense playing a really good defense, makes sense. But I don't think the Commanders' defense is very good. I think the Commanders' defense may be average. And if this average-ass defense was embarrassing this offense, that's bad. Like, again, it's early. Brian Daboll's still installing stuff.
I mean, this one you don't want Russell Wilson throwing 37 times.
No,
and
no,
they could
don't.
not get a Russell Wilson was their leading rusher. That's not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. Yeah, it was rough. They did get to Jaden 3 times though, so
yeah, that's nice.
Good for them, but yeah.
I mean, they held them to 21 points. Like, and again, I know some of that was like the mistakes of the Commanders, but like, yeah, like, but defensively, like, first game of the season, still kind of coming together. Like, you don't feel horrible, especially like, we talk about that complimentary football when your offense is not moving the ball. I mean, they only got across midfield 3 times. That just tells you like how many of their drives were ending with like not going anywhere. We're punting the ball. You're on the field a lot more than you probably should be. You're playing a really good quarterback. Giving up 21 points in that context is like, hey, that's not bad.
That's not a bad.
Not bad. Like,
you would take that.
So, but I mean, like this off, like there was one drive where they were at the goal line and it was 4th and goal and they went for it and didn't get it and they got bailed out by a penalty and they get 1st and goal. And they still could not get a touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal there. Like, it's just, this was embarrassing. And
no, this was embarrassing.
And Andrew Thomas was out. Russell Wilson had pressure on him all day long. Like, I get it. But, like, if this is going to be the offense we're going to see from them, Jackson Dart's going to start way sooner than the Giants intended him to. Like, they're going to have to put him in.
That's not what you want right now.
No, not at all.
If they're doing this with the Commanders' defense, imagine what Jackson Dart gonna have to do. Well, and you're ruin that man's confidence.
And you're walking into a similar situation next week against the Cowboys. Like, the Cowboys don't have a gangbuster defense. Like, if they have an average defense too, and yet again you're still not generating anything. Like, I mean, how long are we gonna put up with this until we go, okay, it's time. We have to.
And it's gonna be They're gonna throw Jameis in there. For a minute.
And Jameis will be fun.
Jameis will be fun, but then like how like you gotta give Jameis a leash because he'll go crazy after a minute. But then and then we're late in the season. We gotta put Jackson Dart in, and this offense is inept. That's not gonna be good because I don't think Brian Daboll that this is not their plan. They do not want Jackson Dart to be starting this year. They thought that they could. Russell Wilson come in here, just be stabilize average and just stabilize in.
Not a good showing week 1.
We're not there yet. Well, see, Andrew Thomas, is he coming back for against Dallas? They need him.
They need Andrew Thomas. Like, I mean, again, like maybe you said the Cowboys don't have a great pass rush, and who knows, maybe they don't. Like, they didn't have a great pass rush against Philadelphia, but Ezraku did have some flashes. Oseo Odigizua is still there. Nealand is decent. Like, if they can find a way to simulate pressure against a pretty porous offensive line minus Andrew Thomas, like, you're looking pretty good. So we'll see. But Commanders play the Packers on Thursday night. So holy moly, that's going to be a fun one. I'm so excited for that one.
So fun. So fun.
I'm very excited for that one. All right. Let's talk about the I want to talk about
that was my turn.
Oh yeah, I'm an asshole. Go ahead, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm monopolizing.
All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right, I'll let you. Should I go to the bathroom or something? Just let you talk to the people.
No, I'll try to keep it quick. They just tore us up. Just tore our asses up. And that's insane. And yeah, look. We both picked the Dolphins to be last in this division. We did not expect this team to be very, very good. As I addressed on Thursday, that I thought it was disrespectful. We weren't favored in this game. Clearly, do not trust me on gambling. I'm not a gambler. Do not listen to me. Listen to Jake, Mr. 3-2 and 3-0 and his on his bets. So don't listen to me. But this is bad. Like, there's just no better way to put that. That is bad. And the fact that this, and we're not even like getting into like the middle of the season, like, are the Dolphins okay? Or are they just kind of eh? No, just straight off the gate, we're just ass. And Chris Greer needs to be fired. Mike McDaniel, I think, probably needs to be fired. And I know people are saying to cut Tua. Look, guys, we can't cut Tua right now. Uh, right now, it would be $137 million in dead cap, equaling about 13.7%. And then next year, it's 19% with 79 million dead cap. Now in 2027, there is a likely out 3 years, $152 million left, I guess, and only a 34, little over about a $35 million dead cap. So anyway, just saying all those numbers just means we're kind of stuck with Tua for these next 2 years. And don't get me wrong, I think Tua is a good player, like and but he's a very limited player, and we clearly have a lot more work to do. Our secondary is in shambles. We lost Storm Duck during this
Not
season.
Storm.
Hey, we
Not
lost
Storm
him.
Duck.
We lost James Daniels, Josh, our offensive line guy that we just brought in. I think Austin Jackson left with an injury. Tyreek Hill got injured. This was just not bad. This was just not good. Like across the board, Tyreek was frustrated. We'll probably see a trade with Tyreek uh, toward the trade deadline. I would put money on it that we trade Tyreek, especially if this continues. I mean, this was just embarrassing. And like, look, I know like we weren't favored to win this game, but we can't sit here and let Daniel Jones look like Dan Marino. Like there, I was listening to the broadcast. The Colts haven't won it. The Colts season openers record I think they had was 0-10-1. And
Yeah, since 2013,
I mean,
they
and
haven't
look,
won.
Colts had some motivation. Jim Irsay, their owner, just passed away earlier this year, so they put his name in the rafters there. So they got some extra motivation there, of course, uh, for the owner there. But this was embarrassing. This was just plain embarrassment. And Waddle got injured too. I just
Oh man.
realized about that too. So that culture change and holding people accountable stuff. Yeah, man, this is
Yeah. Yeah.
didn't expect this season to go well, but I expected us to at least win this game.
I I have to agree. Like I did pick y'all to win this game. I mean, there's the thing about the NFL, right? Is like when you get blown out, right? It's one thing if you had gone into Indy, a team that relatively is probably maybe on equal-ish footing to you, right?
Yeah.
And you lose maybe a tough one, you lose a close one. It's back and forth.
Okay.
When you go and get blown, I mean, they showed a stat at one point. It was like Dolphins total yards,
42.
and then they're showing like Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman, and they as individual players have more yards than your entire team has. I mean, that's insane. I mean, that's dark stuff. I mean, that's dark. So, it feels like every year we go into the season, and it's like there's going to be a couple teams off the rip that just get lit on fire, and you're kind of just crossing your fingers that is not your team. Dude, your team is one of them, unfortunately. Your team is one. Now it's not too late. You turn it around. Tua had a bad game. I'm not giving up on Tua yet. Like I don't know. Tua looked like he just lost his mind. I don't know what was going on with Tua.
I saw this Reddit post, and they were talking about like it's like the person was like, yeah, I've seen Tua. He starts great. He'll usually in the game great. Sometimes he'll start great, but then it kind of fades. And they were talking, and it's like if Tua plays bad in the beginning, he's just bad throughout the game, and it never gets better. So,
Dang, that's weird.
yeah,
I wonder what the
I don't know.
stats are on that.
Yeah, I don't know what the stats are, but I feel like I was like that kind of feels true. Like if Tua's not is struggling, this offense isn't doing anything. I feel like I've never seen him be able to, sum up get it. Well, except the Ravens one, it's happened, but it's a rare occurrence, and opening day, and going out and showing the fans this is what we got to look forward to this season. Which again, I didn't expect this season to go well, but man, we could have the first. We could have the first. We could have the coach fired this year if this doesn't
It's
get better.
tracking that way, yeah. I mean, and again, like to what
You
you're
never want to be
saying,
on that side, but it is what it is.
to what you're saying about the whole culture change, like this is not working. I mean, when you're like, we got to fix our culture, we got to be tough, and you come out here and do this, like what you're doing is not working. It's just not. It's not. It's not. Your guys were unprepared. This is bad. This is a problem. So I'm sorry,
Hill's
Christian.
upset, which like valid. Like he had a reason to be upset. Like it was just piss poor throughout it all.
So, all right. Let's go ahead and talk about. I wanted to talk about the Raiders and the Patriots because look. I've had a couple people tell me that the Raiders are going to be trash this year, and I've had people.
I put them to go fourth, but
I mean, yeah, I did too, but I put them with like a caveat of like they're going to win like 8 or 9 games, y'all. Like they're going to be very good this year. They're going to be very formidable. And I've heard people Geno's not good. Geno's not a good quarterback and all these things. And I'm like, Geno's been the most accurate quarterback the past 3 years, son. What are you talking about? And, a lot of people, like, I'm so mad that I didn't put this as one of my best bets because I wanted to put the Raiders +3. I was big on the Raiders coming in and winning this game from the get-go, and I got talked out of it. And they came in and never looked back. I mean, they were really good in this game. Geno Smith, fun fact, he threw more yards in his Raiders debut than any Raider ever. Broke a record that has stood since 1980. He threw the most yards in a debut.
Yeah, that's how you know you've been in the dark times in a franchise. He had
like 380 yards.
Yeah, 362 yards. Yeah, the touchdown, had an interception. Was sacked 4 times. That's not great. And Genty had flashes. He did get a touchdown, but they did not run the ball well.
No, but and offense, like Brock Bowers left with a knee thing, and apparently he's fine. He's fine. Apparently that's what the reports are. He's fine, but they didn't put him back in because of just to be cautious.
Yeah. I mean, he went and left the game 5 catches, 103 yards. Man was
tearing him up. He was tearing him up but on the Patriots side, like again, this is what I thought it was going to be. I thought, hey, this could be a very slow start. This offensive line is a lot of new pieces. Drake May is in a new system.
What are they? God dang.
Drake May was not good. In the second half, this whole offense struggled.
Times.
Like it was not a good situation. And dude, their offensive, Will Campbell.
No.
Will Campbell was bad.
Not tiny arms.
Dude, he single-handed like he had, it was 4th and 5. And they were trailing in the fourth quarter, and they were going to go for it, and he gets a false start, and they had to punt it. Yeah, and it basically cost him the game. Like it was over after that. So
see that for your rookie there.
It was tough day. Like, and again, like I'm not knocking Will Camp. Like I'm knocking him for this game, but it just. This is what I was talking about, right? When I was like, I don't expect the Patriots to start off quick. I expect things to be rough.
Jump off, yeah.
This idea that Drake May was going to roll into year 2 with a new coach, new coordinator, new O-line, new weapons, and just light the world on fire. I know Geno Smith and Pete Carroll are new. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith have been working together for years.
Proven commodities.
Like, they have worked together for years. They know what the other wants to do. They went and got a running back to support it. This offensive line is pretty stable. Not a lot of newness to it.
Yeah, I remember I saw one highlight. Gino was just like,
yeah, like so.
I'm just chilling back here.
Like I'm still high on the Patriots. I think the Patriots could start 0-3. Like you just look at their schedule. They're playing They're playing Miami next week, but
They can get that.
They're in Miami.
They can get that.
But yeah, maybe that's not
they do
as
struggle in Miami.
But we'll see what Miami's up to. But like my point is like this team could start off 0-3 based off their record, and I still think they could win 10 games this year. Like, don't panic. I'm not panicking, but like,
not panicking.
I just want y'all to show some respect to the Raiders because they are exactly what we thought they were going to be. They are situationally smart. They are efficient. They get the job done. Ashton Genty, they're still trying to work him in. He's a rookie. He's trying to get his feet wet, but they went on the road and they beat a Patriots team that everybody loves, and nobody's going to talk about them this week, even though they're one of the 16 teams in the NFL that's 1-0.
All right, Jake.
Yeah.
I need you to explain something to me.
Okay.
And your Denver Broncos got the win.
Oh, man.
But man, what was that? What was that? Huh?
Bo Nix.
Explain yourself.
It was Bo Nix. It was Bo Nix.
Crazy. Bo Nix holding his team back. Three turnovers, 2 interceptions.
And you know what's crazy? All 3 of his turnovers happened when he was under pressure. When you look at him not under pressure, he was great, which most quarterbacks are, right? Like, that's not saying anything. Under pressure, he was horrific.
I'm sorry. Horrific.
No, yeah.
The Titans had 13 penalties for 131 yards.
They had at one point they had as many penalty yards as they did offensive yards.
Jesus.
And I'm glad you said that, Christian. Like the Broncos, obviously like Bo Nix bad. RJ Harvey was nice. Defense was great for the Broncos. Jaquan McMillan, Jahdae Barron.
Yeah, you're going up against. You better look good against a rookie.
But Nick Bonito had 9 pressures and a sack against a pretty decent offensive line. But
Cam Ward got sacked 6 times.
I did want to talk about Cam Ward. I've seen it.
No, you're calling it?
Cam Ward's good.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, yeah, no. Cam Ward's good. I've seen it.
Under pressure a lot.
Like
Jesus.
He made rookie mistakes. He took some back-to-back sacks, knocked them out of field goal range. But I mean, dude, he had so many. His receivers. I don't know what the data is. Maybe he didn't lead the league, but they were dropping so many passes. I cannot wait till advanced stats come out tomorrow, and I can see how many yards he lost from dropped passes. Because I would bet money he will lead the league in it.
They were
I mean, yeah, they were catchable balls. Like some of them were on the dot, some of them were a little far, but they were catchable.
Tony Pollard had a fumble, lost it. Cam Ward had probably off a sack.
Tony Pollard lost. Decent though.
No, Tony Pollard. I like Tony Pollard as a weapon.
He was pretty good in this game, but he did have a fumble. But I mean, Cam Ward, physically, he looks like an NFL quarterback.
That's good. Good for the Titans.
And that's what I was under the impression. I was under the impression that Cam Ward was probably going to look like, physically speaking, a top 10 quarterback in the NFL when he really hit his stride. And he does. Watching him, you're like, oh, this is like a physically upper echelon NFL quarterback. Good. So I think he just needs to clean stuff up. And
I mean, again, this team's a work in progress.
That said, I'm out on Brian Callahan. I'm done with him. I'm out on him. Penalties galore, as you just said.
That was
horrific decision making at the end of the first half. Awful decision making. And then in the second half, the offense had no counter punches. I get that you're basically going to play every single game this year with the less talented squad. I understand that, but to have your guys be committing penalties, shooting them in the foot, to not be situationally doing the right. Nick Wright, I thought he made a great point. He compared what Brian Callahan basically at the end of the half, he went out there and threw it just 3 times in a row and gave the ball back to Denver and then let Denver get a score before halftime and didn't take in the clock, didn't take in the fact that he's playing with didn't do anything that he needed to do. Nick Wright said Brian Callahan's decision-making at the end of the half was as bad as anything Will Levis has done these past 2 years. It is true. I kind of feel it. So I'm out on Brian Callahan. But
yeah, you had incompletion, sack. Yeah, that's terrible. Why are you throwing it? Why are you not killing the clock if you're not? That's
it's bad.
Because I think he's calling the plays too.
Yeah. So and as far as the Broncos, Bo Nix is a concern. I got to see him do some better stuff to feel better about him. But I'm not panicking yet. It was week 1, ugly game. Your defense took care of business. You got the win against a team you should have got. You got the win. That's all that matters. 1-0 in week 1. But I won't lie. Like, Bo Nix did make me kind of go, oh.
I told you this felt like that Broncos team with Drew Lock. I was like, I don't know, sophomore.
For the record, I will say this for the record. One area I have a blind spot in, and I fully acknowledge it. I don't know everything. I get some things really good. I'm really good at picking out those sleeper teams. I'm good at picking out teams that are overrated. One area I struggle in, I get really high on year 2 quarterbacks, and they are bad. They're bad. Like,
you do.
I was coming in here going, "Don't you watch out for Drew Lock now." I said that. That was a take I had on this podcast. Was watch out for Drew Lock.
Trying to convince me too. I was like, "Come on, like
I know."
The Broncos?
So I just have a blind spot. I don't know why. I just do. But anyway, all right.
You got anything on? You want to talk? Do you have anything on the Bengals Browns?
Just a couple of quick things. One, congrats to the Bengals. They got the win. But they should not have won this game.
Yes.
They should not
missed
have won
field goal, right? Was this that game? The missed field goal?
No, that was the Falcons-Bucks.
Oh.
They did have a missed field goal in this game, but like there was
a 36-yarder.
Yeah, like they had a missed field
Wide
goal.
Right is insane.
They had 2 insane interceptions that happened in this game. Joe Flacco, like he would throw the ball and the Browns receiver would fall or something, and the ball would contort and go off his body. Like 2 times this happened.
That's a live ball.
Very weird. It was very weird. They only put up 17 points, which again, it's week 1. You're in Cleveland. Cleveland's got a good defense. The Browns, the Bengals did not win this game. The Browns lost this game. Like 100%. That's what happened here. Again, they get a win. They're 1-0. Like you're just trying to get these wins early. A division opponent on the road. Like I don't care how I get it. I'm just trying to get it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock them for that, but like they did not alleviate their concerns in the early part of the schedule by any means.
They put up 7. No, they lost to the Patriots 17-10 or something like that last year.
Yeah, something. I don't remember the exact score.
This is almost this is kind of reminiscent, like slow start. For the Bengals, but yeah. All right.
Cedric Tillman looked pretty good. Samson looked pretty good. Jerry Jeudy had some moments, but all in all, yeah. Congrats to the. I don't want to. Y'all won, so.
You win. You got your 1-0.
I guess. Let's see. Let's just rattle off a couple of these really quick here. Jags Panthers. Want to talk about this really quick? Bryce Young's done. I'm out on. I'm done. I'm selling all the Bryce Young stock I own. Sub 50% completion, 3 turnovers, missing passes. I mean, at what point? And again, like the Jaguars, like I know they improved their defense. Jordan Lewis had a really good game. They have a decent pass rush, but like this defense is not like an amazing like you should not be having such a poor performance.
Only 10 points.
Yeah, like this was. I think this was the nail in the coffin for me. Like. I was really hoping Bryce Young would continue to build off of what we saw in the back half of last year, and we saw nothing of that sort. Mm-hmm. So, weird game. They had a lightning delay.
Yeah, they had
The flow of it was very weird. But Travis Etienne had a big run. He looked really good. They tried to get Travis Hunter involved, but Travis Hunter was just not doing that much when they would get him involved, which, hey, fair. Again, first game, but he didn't bust anything out for anything major.
I mean, dude, this is the pros. Like is you're not the best player when you step out on the field and a lot of the time in these games. So
Tet McMillan had some flashes. So that was nice to see. That's really all I have on this game. Liam Cohen era starts now. Jaguars, them and the Colts are 1-0 in their division.
Yeah, who would have thought? All right, moving on, I guess, to this Cardinals-Saints game. Nothing.
I have nothing on this game. I didn't see hardly any of this game.
It was fine. Cardinals get the win. Good job. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, had a good game. 5 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
He had a deep catch. They finally got it deep to him.
So good stuff on him. I mean, I'm not really expecting much from the Saints. So, Saints, they looked okay. 13 points or whatever.
I agree.
Nothing much.
I did want to hit really quick on the Bucks-Falcons game. Just first off, the crazy sequence at the end. Crazy sequence.
What happened? I didn't
The
really.
Bucks scored a touchdown with
Uh-huh.
like a minute left. Emeka Ibuka got his second touchdown of the day.
Ooh, love that.
They missed the extra point, 23-20. They
Mm.
missed the extra point. The Falcons get the ball back and drive down the
Yo,
field. Now
eight
it's like
plays.
we don't need a touchdown. We can tie it with a field goal. And
Missed
Young
it.
Waku missed the field goal.
No,
Yeah,
44 yards wide right.
yeah, it's tough.
Guys, we gotta be making these. These are routine.
Yeah, especially for Young Waku.
Yeah.
And then tough offensive day for the Bucks. Emeka Ibuka looked really good. Baker took a while to get going. They were really good in their 2-minute offenses, but outside of that, there wasn't a lot going for them. The Falcons' defense, though, like it's still a work in progress. We're still probably a little bit of time, but they had 9 players generate at least 1 pressure, and they had 3 players generate 4 pressures apiece.
Hey, I mean they weren't good at that last year, so
Divine Diablo, Ruke Aurora, and their first round rookie James Pierce all had 4 pressures a pop. So like,
nice.
we love to see that. We're big fans of that. So Falcons, keep it up. Threw the ball way too much with Michael Penix.
Of course. A lot of these high passes. I mean, they couldn't get anything. I mean, Bijan had that, glorious 50-yard catch. He was their leading receiver. But, yeah, running the ball, Bijan did not have a good game.
I agree. I mean, when he was catching the ball, he was good. Maybe it's changed now since the Sunday night game's been going on, but there was a period of time he was the only person in the league that had 100 yards and a touchdown receiving. So, that is what it is. Anything else on this game? You want to move over to the next one?
No. How many more left do we have left?
We got like 2 more, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
49ers. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so-
in the Rams game. Okay.
49ers Seahawks. Absolutely hilarious game. Hilarious game. Jeez Louise. The time of possession for this, the time of possession for these teams was absolutely bananas.
Oh my god. The
Absolutely
49ers only
bananas.
almost had it for 38 minutes.
It's
compared
crazy.
to the 22 minutes the Seahawks had.
And the big thing out of this one is George Kittle left the game in the second quarter.
Oh no!
Their third string quarterback, Jake Tongs, went and won the game with a crazy catch in the end zone to win the game. But then Sam Darnold came in that last drive, and holy moly, did he move it down the field. He looked really good. Deep pass to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And then it ended the way it was, like almost comical. Because, we spent all offseason being like, yeah, hate their offensive line. Don't think Sam Darnold's going to be good behind it. That is going to single-handedly lose them games. And lo and behold, what happens? Sam Darnold gets hit by an offensive lineman in the arm, loses the ball, and they recover it. Game over. They lose their first game because of a gaffe by Sam Darnold in the offensive line. So that's unfortunate. But all in all, Sam Darnold was not bad. Like, he was okay. He was 16 for 23. He only got sacked once. So, maybe you say that's nice.
Pressure,
but,
yeah, not bad.
Say what you will. Brock Purdy was pressured on 58% of his dropbacks.
Okay, no wonder. 'Cause I was like, Brock Purdy is struggling. 2 interceptions. Nice to see we got to see CMC back, and he had more than I thought he would have. 22 carries, 69 yards. 3.1 yards per average. It was nice to see Ricky Pearsall. He had a good game, 4 catches, 108 yards there. So nice to see him. Not very confident in this 49ers team. I mean, season's young. But I mean, yeah. Nothing much really else to say about this game, really.
No, I feel you. I don't have too much else. Again, these are rapid fire. We're hitting these off. And then our last game to talk about before we dip out of here
those Rams.
Is the Rams-Texans. Very, very sloppy, ugly game. 14-9. I saw this whole game, and I honestly wish I hadn't. It was an ugly game.
So, concerns about CJ. Now, you've kind of spoke up for him and during the recap of the Texans and What have you seen so far after week 1?
I will say, CJ got bailed out on an interception late in the game. He threw a bad pass that got intercepted, and it got called back because he got a roughing the passer. But outside of
That would have
that,
been 2.
outside of that, CJ, this offensive line is horrific, absolutely horrific. I mean,
Larry Tunsil.
I mean, it's worse,
They
and
helped,
they lost Cam Robinson, they lost two linemen in this game, like on top of the fact that they're already bad to begin with. You know, I know people want to talk about C.J. Stroud wasn't good, and you know maybe he wasn't, but like the Rams pass rush we know is pretty good. They have Jared Verse, like Jared Verse is awesome. Joe Mixon was not there though. Nick Chubb had 60 yards on 13 carries. No person who caught the ball had more than 32 yards. And you know, CJ Stroud's out here going 19 for 27, like behind a terrible offensive line and can't run the ball. Like CJ Stroud may not have been great, but like this was not to me all a CJ Stroud problem. I will say though, the biggest concern for me is like they obviously spent this offseason trying to overhaul this offense, right? Brought in all these new pass catches, brought in a new offensive coordinator. And they didn't do anything on their offensive line. Like, I still hate them for that. I cannot believe that they let this whole offseason pass and not do anything for their offensive line.
You can see what's going on with the Dolphins. Neglect that offensive line.
Yeah, and here we are yet again. It's like, what's going on with our team? It's like, well, you don't have an offensive line. Like, I don't know what to tell. Like, I can't. It's. I know it's like sounds like I'm oversimplifying the problem. I'm not. Like, that's the problem. You cannot protect C.J. Stroud. And C.J. Stroud cannot throw the ball because you cannot protect him. Like, it's all it is. It's what we got. So, you know, it's frustrating. The Rams, they did not look that great to me. Devontae Adams
left with a concussion. He did come back.
Puka Nacua got cut in the eye.
Ooh.
And was bleeding out of his face. And he came out for a while dealing with that. But, I mean, Puka was great. Devontae Adams was awesome. I don't know how he, like, finished in the box score, but, man, he was phenomenal. Like, he was making such good catches. He was making contested balls. He was catching them behind his back shoulder. Him and Matt Stafford, like, immediately.
Well, yeah, like
real
recognize real. Like,
yeah.
I know who you are. I played against you sometimes in Detroit. Like, he was good.
And Puka spent a ton of time in the slot, so that's kind of promising. Because I like Puka in the slot. I think Puka's kind of built for the slot.
I like when they can move him around because he can play outside too.
I mean, he spent half the time outside, half the time in the slot. So, again, you know, the Rams, like, they struggle early offensively. Like, I know they had a lot of great pass catching stuff. People went, Matt Stafford has 60,000 yards now. They got 14 points, y'all. And I know they're playing the Texans defense. The Texans defense is obviously fantastic, but like, this is what they're going to do. The Rams offense is going to be slow for a month, and then it's going to kick into gear, and you're going to get a Rams. Like, this is not the Rams fully realized. So it is what it is. But that said, you know, the Rams did pressure C.J. Stroud on 41% of his dropbacks. Kobe Durant had the interception, and then Nate Landman did cause a fumble. So pretty good. C.J. Stroud, again, pressured on – this is from Next Gen Stats right here. C.J. Stroud was pressured on 41.2% of his dropbacks. His 14th game facing a pressure rate of 40% or higher, which is tied for the most such games in the NFL. And then Matt Stafford, again, he hit 60,000. He's the 10th player to ever hit 60,000 yards, so that's fine.
Oh, wow. Congrats to Matt Stafford. Did not know that.
Congrats to him. Well, all right, everybody. Well, we're going to be back on Thursday to, you know, do our Week 2 previews. Tune in on Thursday. Check out what we think about the upcoming games. We'll let y'all know how we're doing then, and till then, be safe, everybody. We love you. We cherish you. Like, subscribe, follow. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on your favorite podcasting app. Give us a rating. You know, share us. Tell a friend to tell a friend, you know. Until next time, take it sleazy. All right, bye.
Bye.